Digital Therapeutics, DTX, Global Startup Deep Dive Analysis Q1 2025 Report Part 1, Cognitive and Neurological Health, Mental Health Executive Summary. This report provides a comprehensive overview of the rapidly evolving landscape of digital therapeutics, DTX, innovation, with a detailed mapping of 185 startups across 27 countries and 252 distinct DTX products. These DTX solutions span a wide array of health conditions, ranging from mental health and chronic diseases to substance use disorders, musculoskeletal conditions, sleep disorders, and developmental disabilities. This global snapshot offers critical insights into the maturity, diversity, and geographical distribution of digital therapeutics across key therapeutic areas. The evaluation process is powered by an AI agent-powered digital health evaluation platform, which scores each product based on three foundational pillars: general well-being, usability, accessibility, lifestyle integration, and cost, scientific validation, clinical evidence, medical rigor, and peer-reviewed support, and medical compliance, regulatory approvals such as FDA, CE mark, DGA listing, HIPAA and GDPR adherence. The tier classification system enables an objective benchmarking of the therapeutic quality and maturity of digital interventions. Products are categorized from top tier, scores between 9.0 and 10, down to the fourth tier, 6.0 to 6.99, based on their average composite scores across the three evaluation dimensions. Startups that achieved top-tier recognition represent the gold standard of the industry, characterized by strong scientific evidence, regulatory approvals, clinical integration, and scalable design. Leading companies in this category include Kaya Health, HelloBetter, Click Therapeutics, Big Health, Swing Therapeutics, Applied VR, Gluco, WellDoc, Luminopia, and Florio, among others. These solutions often combine cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, biofeedback, artificial intelligence, gamification, virtual reality, VR, and wearables to deliver patient-centered, personalized therapeutic care. In terms of therapeutic focus, mental and behavioral health remains the most dominant and saturated category, with a broad variety of products addressing conditions such as depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, schizophrenia, burnout, and eating disorders. Many of these platforms are grounded in CBT and other evidence-based approaches like acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, motivational interviewing, NE, mindfulness, and neurofeedback. Notable entries include immersive VR-based therapies, AI-powered CBT platforms, TDCS-enabled neuromodulation devices, and therapist-guided hybrid models that integrate telehealth and app-based care. Several solutions have achieved DGA reimbursement in Germany, FDA clearance in the US, and are beginning to scale internationally through strategic partnerships and regulatory expansion. Substance use disorder, SUD, therapeutics also represent a critical area of focus. A new generation of DTX products are targeting smoking cessation, opioid use disorder, OUD, and alcohol dependence by combining digital CBT modules, remote patient monitoring, RPM, behavioral rewards, and medication-assisted treatment, MAT. These platforms emphasize confidential, stigma-reducing access, integrating digital tools such as CO breath sensors, self-assessment modules, motivational content, and clinician-guided recovery programs. Companies addressing these conditions are often engaged in partnerships with pharmaceutical firms, public health entities, and commercial payers to ensure broader clinical adoption and reimbursement. Sleep-related digital therapeutics are also gaining traction, particularly those addressing chronic insomnia, sleep apnea, and disrupted sleep architecture. Most of these solutions leverage digital CBT for insomnia, CBTI, often validated through randomized controlled trials, RCTs, and include wearable integrated platforms, AI-powered diagnostics, and real-time data-driven interventions. Some of these products have been approved and reimbursed under regulatory frameworks like DiGA and MFDS, South Korea, while others have received FDA clearance or insurance coverage, reflecting a global recognition of sleep health as a pillar of preventive and behavioral medicine. Emerging areas such as digital therapeutics for women's health, cancer-related fatigue, pediatric neurodevelopmental conditions, ADHD, autism, and chronic gastrointestinal diseases further expand the DTX frontier. Particularly notable is the growth of pediatric and adolescent-focused platforms, which combine gamified cognitive training, eye-tracking diagnostics, biofeedback, and mobile-based interventions for attention deficits and learning disabilities. These products are frequently aligned with DSM-5 and ICD-10 standards and are often deployed in both educational and clinical settings. Additionally, DTX solutions for sexual wellness, trauma, postpartum depression, and vaginismus are building visibility within femtech, supported by DGA certifications and clinical validation. Geographically, the innovation ecosystem is widely distributed, with active DTX startups emerging from the United States, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Japan, South Korea, Israel, and several Nordic and Central European countries. Regulatory receptivity and reimbursement frameworks such as DGA, Germany, MFDS, South Korea, PMDA, Japan, and the FDA, US, play a crucial role in shaping commercial pathways and product maturity. Increasingly, startups are leveraging interoperable technologies, clinician portals, electronic health record, EHR, integration, and digital biomarkers to position their solutions within broader healthcare infrastructures. The global DTX startup landscape in Q1 2025 is marked by growing scientific sophistication, expanding regulatory validation, and deeper integration into traditional and digital care pathways. This ongoing transformation is enabling scalable, patient-centered, and evidence-based interventions for a wide spectrum of health conditions, with the potential to revolutionize how therapeutic care is delivered, reimbursed, and personalized around the world. Cognitive and Neurological Health DTX addressing cognitive and neurological health represent a rapidly evolving frontier in the broader digital health ecosystem. These domains cover a wide spectrum of high-burden conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, dementia, Parkinson's disease, stroke rehabilitation, and mild cognitive impairment, MCI, affecting hundreds of millions globally. As the prevalence of neurodegenerative and cerebrovascular diseases accelerates with aging populations, and as cognitive dysfunction becomes increasingly recognized as both a disease and a comorbidity, demand for scalable, evidence-based therapeutic solutions has surged. In response, a new generation of startups is emerging with digital tools that combine cognitive training, neuroplasticity stimulation, AI-powered personalization, and immersive rehabilitation environments. Many of these products are designed to complement or even substitute pharmacological interventions and are increasingly supported by regulatory bodies, real-world data, and payer interest. This report offers a comprehensive global landscape scan of digital therapeutics for cognitive and neurological conditions, highlighting leading innovators, assessing clinical and commercial readiness, and providing strategic recommendations for investment, partnerships, and scaling. 1. Top-tier analysis. Top-tier solutions in this analysis are characterized by their clinical rigor, regulatory momentum, and technology-forward approaches to cognitive and neurological care. In the cognitive health domain, Cognito Therapeutics stands out with a score of 9.00. The company is developing a non-invasive wearable neuromodulation device that uses gamma-frequency light and sound stimulation to modulate neural activity in Alzheimer's patients. As an FDA Breakthrough Device, Cognito's solution has demonstrated potential disease-modifying effects and is among the most advanced digital neurotechnologies currently in development. In the neurological health segment, MedRhythms and MindMaze MindMotion all achieved top-tier status with scores of 9.00. MedRhythms offers a unique therapeutic model based on rhythmic auditory stimulation, RAS, which has shown strong efficacy in gait rehabilitation for stroke, Parkinson's, and multiple sclerosis. MindMaze's MindMotion solution, cleared in both the US and Europe, combines motion capture, immersive VR, and real-time feedback for stroke rehabilitation and other neurological injuries. These companies are not only highly innovative but are advancing new paradigms of neurorehabilitation, combining neuroplasticity science with intuitive user experiences. 2. Second-tier analysis. A large and promising group of companies fall into the second tier, demonstrating strong scientific grounding, increasing clinical adoption, and unique approaches to digital neurotherapeutics. In cognitive health, Cognifit, Monitor Health, EMACog, and Neurogly have built platforms targeting dementia, MCI and cognitive decline with tailored, AI-enhanced training protocols. Cognifit offers broad accessibility for clinical and consumer users, while Monitor Health focuses on Medicare-covered virtual therapy for dementia care using conversational AI. South Korea-based EMACog and Neurogly, with the latter co-developed alongside Mayo Clinic, represent a new wave of neurodigital startups integrating personalized care with continuous monitoring. Other strong second-tier players include Rhythmic, developing hybrid drugs that blend pharmacological treatments with digital molecules for neurodegenerative and autoimmune conditions. Brain Plus AS and Map Habit offer accessible cognitive stimulation tools for dementia and TBI care, combining assistive technology with therapeutic programming. Companies like Rowan and HI Corporation, eGuard, also scored highly, focusing on early detection, preventive intervention, and AI-driven personalization. In neurological health, the second tier features several arms of MindMaze, including IZAR, IpsyHand, and MindPod Dolphin, which apply immersive technology and motion analytics across fine motor rehabilitation, hand function, and cognitive recovery. Vigo Health, HI Corporation, Repeach, and Constant Therapy bring strong validation in speech therapy, post-stroke rehab, and Parkinson's management. Solutions such as MindMe, Nunaps, and Suchuri focus on autoimmune-related cognitive dysfunction and anxiety-related neurological symptoms, representing a broader definition of neurology-informed care. These second-tier products are backed by academic collaborations, pilot trials, and C/FDA recognition, though they may still be navigating integration challenges, real-world scaling, or payer adoption. 3. Third-tier analysis. Third-tier companies often present breakthrough potential but face significant gaps in clinical validation, regulatory clarity, or operational scale. In cognitive health, solutions such as NeuronUp, S-Alpha Therapeutics, Myelin H, CognoTrain, and Synapticon offer modular digital rehabilitation tools, often aimed at healthcare professionals and institutions. These solutions support cognitive recovery in dementia, brain injury, and MS through gamified activities and remote monitoring, but typically lack large-scale validation or payer backing. Serenity DTX, based in Canada, uses VR and meditative audio therapy for seniors with dementia or anxiety, a compelling model, though still in pilot study phases. Meanwhile, Myelin H's Body Mirror and CognoTrain's wearable app ecosystem are still maturing in terms of clinical trials and regulatory filings. On the neurological side, NewMind, Cognitant, representing the early stages of product development for stroke recovery and caregiver engagement. These solutions show creativity in delivery models, such as immersive therapy, personalized dashboards, and caregiver collaboration, but require stronger clinical outcomes, regulatory pathways, or business model refinement to progress into second-tier status. 4. Emerging trends and insights. A number of macro and micro-level trends are shaping the trajectory of DTX in cognitive and neurological health. One of the most prominent is the shift from reactive to preventive neurocare. Companies like Cognito Therapeutics, Neurogly, and Rowan are pioneering early intervention solutions aimed at slowing or preventing neurodegeneration. This reflects a growing interest in preclinical DTX designed to intercept disease before symptom onset. Another key trend is the fusion of neuromodulation and digital therapy. Hybrid approaches such as Rhythmic's digital molecules or Cognito's gamma entrainment devices illustrate how hardware and software integration can unlock deeper therapeutic effects. Similarly, multimodal care ecosystems, seen in Vigo, MindMaze, and HI, are combining motion therapy, speech therapy, emotional support, and cognitive training into unified platforms. AI personalization is also emerging as a differentiator. Whether applied to gamified training, Synapticon, NeuronUp, therapy bots, Monitor, Vigo, or therapy plan optimization, EMACog, NeuroGlee, intelligent adaptability is crucial for sustained engagement and outcome improvement. Finally, regulatory approval and reimbursement pathways remain central to market readiness. FDA Breakthrough Device designation, Cognito, MedRhythms, CE marking, MindMaze, Vigo, and HIPAA/GDPR compliance are increasingly essential for health system integration, especially as payer ecosystems tighten evaluation criteria for digital tools. 5. Strategic recommendations for top-tier companies. The next phase of growth lies in therapeutic expansion, real-world data generation, and cross-border reimbursement alignment. Cognito, MindMaze, and MedRhythms should pursue longitudinal outcomes data and strategic partnerships with neuroclinics, health systems, and pharma to drive deeper adoption. Companies with breakthrough device status should convert that momentum into multi-market approval and payer integration. Second-tier companies are well positioned to move upward by focusing on rigorous RCTs, DGA or FDA submissions, and partnerships with geriatric or neuropsychology networks. They would benefit from positioning as adjunctive tools for early-stage dementia, Parkinson's, or post-stroke care, complementing drug or in-person rehabilitation. Third-tier and early-stage platforms should focus on vertical proof-of-concept studies, compliance upgrades, and clinical collaborations. Strategic licensing to enterprise wellness platforms, senior care organizations, or device manufacturers may provide a scalable go-to-market path. Co-development models with research institutions could also accelerate validation while maintaining capital efficiency. 2. Mental health DTX for mental health continues to experience rapid global growth, fueled by rising demand for accessible, scalable mental health care and a growing body of regulatory and clinical validation. As of Q1 2025, a diverse landscape of over 100 evaluated DTX products is actively addressing a range of mental health conditions including depression, anxiety, PTSD, burnout, stress, panic disorders, and comorbid conditions such as chronic pain and insomnia. This report presents a structured tiered evaluation of leading startups in the space using a proprietary AI agent-powered digital health evaluation platform. 1. Top-tier analysis. DTX companies in this tier represent the clinical and commercial vanguard of mental health innovation. Solutions such as Gaia AG's Deprexis, HelloBetter's suite of DiGA-approved therapies, and Big Health's FDA-cleared Daylight is validated by rigorous trials and demonstrate proven engagement and outcomes in real-world settings. Click Therapeutics Rejoin and SimPatient's Inverto integrate advanced clinical methods like CBT with immersive or AI-based experiences. Others like Nightwear and Harvard Med Tech leverage wearable or VR-based interventions for trauma and stress-related conditions. This cohort also includes pediatric and adolescent-focused innovators such as BFB Labs and mindfulness-focused solutions like Leaf, Smart Patch and Flow Neuroscience. 2. Second-tier analysis. Second-tier players are clinically promising with strong functionality, many of which are on the path to full regulatory approval or wider payer integration. Gaia AG, with multiple CE-marked tools such as Verlibra and Priavi, and Mindable Health's DiGA-approved apps exemplify this tier. Also notable are VR innovators like Augment Health and Silver Cloud Health, which offer hybrid therapeutic solutions combining CBT, real-time feedback, and digital biomarkers. Other standouts include Mobio Interactive's personalized AI-driven interventions and Headspace Health's Ginger solution for on-demand behavioral care. These companies generally exhibit high clinical rigor but may still face hurdles in global scaling, interoperability, or reimbursement harmonization. 3. Third-tier analysis. Third-tier companies typically introduce innovative technologies like VR, AI chatbots, gamified mental health solutions, or novel modalities like hypnotherapy. However, they often lack comprehensive regulatory clearance or definitive clinical evidence. Platforms such as Wobot, TripXR, Virtually Better's Suite, and Twill focus on user experience and behavioral support, but may not yet be embedded in clinical systems. This tier also includes startups targeting underserved populations or novel use cases, for example, Anuma for existential distress, We Therapeutics for suicide prevention, often at early clinical trial stages. 4. Key trends and market drivers across tiers. The market is showing strong convergence around personalized therapy, digital biomarkers, and hybrid delivery, self-guided plus therapist-supported. XR platforms are rapidly growing, especially in stress, PTSD, and exposure therapy. DGA in Germany and FDA pathways in the US continue to shape the reimbursement landscape. AI is being deployed not just in therapy delivery but also for adaptive content and risk flagging. Furthermore, pediatric and workplace mental health solutions are seeing increased traction. 5. Opportunities and strategic implications. Top-tier companies are strong candidates for scaling through payer contracts, cross-border expansion, and partnerships with health systems or EHR platforms. Second-tier players could accelerate growth by pursuing regulatory approvals or licensing with global distributors. Third-tier startups may benefit from partnering with academic institutions or pursuing niche market integrations, for example, palliative care, workplace resilience, pediatric settings. Across the board, there is room for integrating these solutions into broader chronic condition pathways and behavioral health networks.